Hello everyone, my name is Scinto. Today I will be lecturing a PowerPoint presentation here that I call Favorable Bias in the Media Towards Climate Action. Purpose: the media is showing favorable bias towards climate change enterprises and advocacy in current media. The media blames modern natural disasters on climate change. Information is framed by the media to sell innovations from enterprises and solutions from advocacy groups. Agenda: I will go over these points in my presentation. Each point has evidence supporting my thesis. Climate change is a trending topic in current news. The trend of increased media coverage on climate change has highlighted the seriousness of the issue. Introduction to bias. Bias is a perception of the way things are or should be. Recognizing bias in the media enables the audience to make better informed decisions that impact their lives and their community. In The Elements of Journalism, Bill Kovac and Talma Rosenthal wrote, "If the best information one has come from a potentially biased source, naming the source and acknowledging the source's perspective will reveal to the audience the possible bias of information and may inhibit the source from deceiving as well. Reporters distorting data can lead to misinformation." Climate change enterprises. Business enterprises have a significant impact on climate change. Elizabeth Weiss is a journalist for USA Today who wrote a report on United States enterprises and citizens that started efforts to reduce their carbon footprint. Weiss said, "People across America are trying to do their part to fight climate change by buying electric cars, installing solar panels, and making decisions large and small that reduce their carbon footprint. Some companies are too." The media shows a bias for buying solar panels and electric cars which support green enterprises. Bias for renewables. Renewable energy often receives positive media coverage. Dan Garino of Wired magazine shows bias for solar power advocacy. Garino said, "Solar power is the world's fastest growing electricity source, according to the International Energy Agency, and part of a mix of renewable sources that are on track to produce the majority of world's electricity by mid-century." The media is advocating for electricity to be made from carbon-neutral sources to mitigate climate change. Small and dangerous consequences. Climate change even impacts the smallest things. Bacteria thrive in warmer water. Bacteria outbreaks in bodies of water due to rising temperatures are a threat, so journalists are advocating for climate change action. Jeremy Hance shows a bias for advocating awareness of harmful algae blooms as water temperature rises due to climate change. Hance said, according to scientists, algae blooms are becoming more frequent and more toxic. The media advocates for climate change and human activities affecting climate change. Weather events. Lewis partially said, "Climate change is warming the atmosphere and oceans. The extra heat can make rainstorms, snowstorms, thunderstorms, and hurricanes, resulting in more deaths and damage." Raymond Zong emphasizes an alarming trend of record temperatures with a bias for addressing climate change. Zong said, "The past 12 months have been the planet's hottest ever measured. There was extreme heat that worsened wildfires and strained power grids in North America, Europe, East Asia last summer. And already this year, there have been excessive warmth from Africa to the Middle East and Southeast Asia." Zong is reporting on the extreme impacts of climate change with a bias for climate change advocacy to raise public awareness of current climate change issues. Collaborative journalism. The media has shown a bias for renewable energy enterprises and advocated sustainable practices. Journalists show bias for climate change advocacy by telling a worldwide audience to adopt sustainable practices. Jean-Pascal Ticour said fighting climate change is not just about the shiny stuff. The mundane concept of simply using less energy is the true unsung hero of the fight against climate change. There is a bias for enterprises that develop technology to mitigate climate change. The use of drones for reforestation is an example of the media covering a story highlighting innovative technology to address climate change. Engaging with the public. The media presents the facts to the public so individuals can make informed decisions. The majority of energy is made from burning fossil fuels. Journalists inform the public of sustainable practices that save energy. Climate change initiatives can help raise awareness about the steps individuals can take to address it. Counterarguments. The media shows unfavorable bias for climate change enterprises by stating public concern for job security in fossil fuel enterprises. The media shows unfavorable bias for climate change advocacy by making taxpayers concerned about the financial impact of policies aimed at promoting clean energy. Journalists Lisa Friedman and Coral Davenport wrote, Senator Marco Rubio, the Florida Republican, said, it made no sense for the United States to cut its emissions while other countries, like China, continue to pollute. Conclusion. Effective media coverage can be a powerful tool in mobilizing public support for action. The public will likely act based on relevant news. Stories in the media motivate people to act based on their understanding of climate change. Thank you for listening. I hope you thought my PowerPoint was informative. If you want to know more about the people I cited, look at the next slide for my works cited page. Thank you very much.